YouTube, what's good, Rebel fam? What's up? It's your guy Mac the Rebel back with another video for you today on this dreary and cold afternoon in Washington DC. Does not matter because we have a sneaker to review, and I'm telling you, man, this is one of those legendary sneakers that if you were fortunate enough to get them in your hand, may want to hold on to them for a long time. And that is exactly what I plan on doing with the shoe we are talking about today. But Rebel fam, before we get further into the video, of course, I have to welcome all of our new subscribers to the channel. Family, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to just watch this video and come subscribe to the channel. To all of my returning subscribers, y'all know what time it is. It is time to bring that energy as we talk about today's sneaker, a legendary Nike dunk. What dunk are we even talking about? You guys know the dunk that's been going crazy that everybody's been talking about. But let's go ahead and get into today's review of the Nike SB Dunk Low Sandy Bodecker. Everyone's cup of tea when it comes to a sneaker, but it's definitely mine. Am I a dunk lover per se? Absolutely not. I am not going to be out here trying to say, oh, dunks this, dunk that. But man, when it comes to a story as in-depth and as legendary as the eBay Dunk Low, as legendary as the man behind Nike SB from the beginning, God rest his soul, Mr. Sandy Bodecker, this is one of those shoes that if you're a collector, a real collector of pieces, man, this is one of those shoes you really want to have. And yes, I get it. It's not the most traditional looking sneaker. It's not the sneaker that's going to blow you out the water when it comes to accessories and all these different things that come with it. Unless you got the auction pair, of course, that comes with the real, full, complete eBay Dunk Low. We're going to go ahead and talk about it. Of course, we're going to talk about the size. We're going to talk about the fit, and we're going to be talking about the story behind it. So what I want to do first is talk about the materials that are on the shoe and a little bit of the backstory, okay? One thing you're going to notice, yes, it is outfitted in a crazy red, white color paletting. That is because if you do not know, there were only 2 eBay Dunk Lows released way back in the day. I believe it was 2003. One of which was actually purchased by Mr. Sandy Bodecker himself. The other one was sawed into pieces so that the other sneaker could truly be a one-of-one piece. In that auction, I believe it was going for anywhere between $25,000 to $35,000 for that shoe. Crazy time back in the sneaker game, family. And so now we have retro release of the eBay Sandy Bodecker Dunk Low, and this time it comes in an iteration that pays homage to the legendary man behind the SB Nike line himself, Mr. Sandy Bodecker. And so one of the craziest stories that was ever told, family, was that a gentleman actually took a saw and cut the sneaker into 3 pieces like you can see here on the shoe. And what ended up happening was it was just a symbol and a homage saying that the shoe can be put back together. Shoes are meant to be worn, shoes are meant to be destroyed, yada blah, all the symbolisms behind that, right? This year, they actually decided to pay tribute to not only Nike SB, but to Sandy Bodecker as well. And on the tongue, that is why you get the message Nike SB forever. I think that is truly just an inspiring story, family. I think that's one of those stories that tell your kids, grandkids, everybody down the line about this sneaker right here. They re-retro this release, made it a more limited drop. There aren't a million pairs of this shoe out, and so I was fortunate enough to be able to hit on the sneakers app and get my pair. So if you want to learn more about that story, family, of course, you can definitely look up this sneaker on the sneakers app, and I believe Complex also has a really good write-up as well. One thing we are definitely going to realize about this shoe, family, of course, it is outfitted in both patent leather and traditional composite leather as well. So where you see the red, the yellows, the greens, and the blue Nike check, all of that is a more sturdy patent leather material. The white is actually your traditional leather, but it is very good quality. The leather that you actually want to see on a Nike SB like this. This is the leather quality that we want. Nike, keep it coming. As far as the see-through pieces, of course, that represents the places for the saw. And as you guys can see, it is definitely see-through. And no, this isn't like some really sturdy plastic. This plastic is actually kind of cheap, not gonna lie. Like, it's like this one already has a tear in it, which is crazy, man. and it does already have a tear in the plastic. That is wild. Still a solid shoe. Regardless, it is a collector's item. So, I mean, I felt like maybe this was a little bit of a piece of overkill in a way. I think they maybe could have done something different, like maybe make this plastic a little bit sturdy, but it is what it is. So I'm not going to complain too much. On the outer sole, it does come with icy blue outer sole mixture, translucent, of course, to match the saw functionality as well. On some shoes, the translucent sole and the saw lines don't really match up on some pairs. It matches up on this pair here, but when I show you guys the left pair, you'll be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. As far as the aesthetic of the shoe overall, the shoe is very well put together, family. It is sturdy on the areas where it needs to be, including the toe box. As you guys can see, it is double stitched everywhere to keep that plastic in place. And then you do have a really thick mesh tongue like you are used to seeing on all Nike SBs, and it does have a plastic centerpiece right here, of course, to keep the saw lines going. As far as the pair, family, here is the pair right here, and you guys can actually see what I'm talking about this time. So here's the pair. You guys a good look at that. And then right here, you actually have some of those mismatches happening. Like, look at the toe box right there. And then this one actually has paint that actually bled onto the translucent part of the outer sole as well. All in all, it's still a dope shoe, man. It's still a legendary piece that you definitely want to have in your collection. So the inner soles, of course, represent that time where the eBay dunk was actually cut into pieces. And then on the interior of the left shoe, it is a picture of Sandy Bodecker holding a little boy. From what we have known and what we saw on the sneakers app, that little boy is actually the son of one of the developers of the Nike SB line. I forget his name. I'm sorry, guys, don't butcher me, but that is his son that is being held by Sandy in the picture right there. All in all, family, really dope shoe, man. And yes, it does come with the legendary Nike SB rainbow box. Seen a Nike SB box before? This is what it looks like. It says Nike SB right there, and then you have Nike SB on the side here. There you go, family. That is mainly it for the box. All right, size tag right here so you guys can see it. Tag does read Nike SB Dunk Low OG QS Quick Strike. This is a men's size 12, so I did go true to size. Fit on this shoe, family, is somewhat snug, and I believe that actually has to do with plastic pieces that are actually on and in the shoe. Just tell that this is kind of restricting. Now with the leather pieces, how this leather expands, it can conform to your foot. The plastic doesn't really give like that. I've actually tried these on already, and when I put my foot into the shoe, I could feel somewhat of a restriction on my toes and on middle part of my foot as well. Back, I couldn't really feel anything until something was up for sure. I'm not even gonna hold you guys. That's mainly it for this review. I love the eBay Dunk Lows, the Sandy Bodecker Dunk Lows, whatever you want to call them. I think these are definitely a collection piece that you want to have in your collection. One of those very odd and different looking shoes that, of course, you're gonna be like, yo, what in the heck is going on here? But I actually love this sneaker, and I'm looking forward to keeping these in the collection. So that being said, it's your guy Mac the Rebel checking out this video. I love you guys so much. Shout out to Sandy Bodecker, may he rest in peace. Shout out to family, everybody who was involved in Nike SB, because this right here is a very legendary moment in the sneaker game for all of the sneaker community. This story in general is just an amazing one that I hope gets told for generations to come. It is your guy Mac the Rebel, family. It is the Nike SB Dunk Low QS in its Sandy Bodecker colorway. I think this is a fire shoe, and I think this is a shoe that, of course, you definitely want to have in your collection. So family, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time out of your to check out this video. Enjoy the on foot that is to proceed. Appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one, and we out. Peace.